Guys, I finally got the filament track switch in. I actually ordered 6 of these. Currently, this is only available for the X2D. I believe the hardware is going to be the same, but they're going to be releasing these out for the H2C and the H2D printers as well. This only works for a dual nozzle system. Anyways, here is the filament track switch unit. I just plugged it in to update the firmware on the X2D. I'm going to play around in the slicer. You actually have to print out some additional parts to get this all set up. It'll take about 4.5 hours, so we're gonna get that printed on the X2D real quick. In theory, this should save time, filament, and waste with the filament track system installed. So we're gonna test that out in the slicer. I updated the firmware, pretty cool on the X2D. This is the notification that you'll get. This allows you to use basically all of the 8 AMS slots, and you don't have to tie it to a single extruder. So for instance, normally you would have, your AMS connected to the one AMS connected to the left extruder, one AMS connected to the right extruder, and then those 4 slots of filament is tied to the left, and then the 4 on the right are tied to the right extruder. This system basically allows the system to mix and match any of those 8 slots to any nozzle, basically. Now within Bambu Studio, once you have the filament tracker installed or plugged in and you have the firmware updated, when you go into the slice plate, you now have this option, enable smart filament assign. And so we're gonna test out the amount of waste that is produced. Now this is a 6-color print of SpongeBob using the new filament track system. So let's compare this to with it turned on and with it turned off. Alright, so here are the numbers. This is the X2D with the filament tracker system turned on in the slicer. This again is an 6-color print, sorry, so it's not a 4-color print. I'm going to do another test with a 4-color print. These are the numbers for the filament tracker on the X2D with a 6-color print. The purge material here, this is really what I'm looking at, and the time savings, 92.9 grams, 16.5 hours. This down here is the same exact plate on the X2D with the filament tracker turned off. So this is just your generic filament saving mode, and these are the, ignore this, I didn't put supports on, doesn't matter. But basically these are the 6, so 4 filaments connected to the left and then 2 to the right. So you'll see the time difference here is 17 hours, so it's about it's about half an hour quicker with the filament tracker. And then also you're saving what is this, 6 grams, 98 compared to 93, so that's about 5 grams actually of filament. So you are seeing savings both in time and on purge material. Now the filament tracker is $60, so I think over the course of using these printers over 5 to 10,000 hours in a performance environment, you're definitely going to be making up money in terms of the amount of purge that you're saving and also the time. Now what I'm going to do now is test this with a 4-color print and see if there's any more drastic changes with 4 colors. Alright, here is a second test. This is a Link figurine. These are about 2.8 inches on the build plate. This is a full build. This is typically something that I would print anyway in this orientation. Ignore the 5 colors. This is actually a 4-color print. This is with the filament tracker turned on. 1 day 46 minutes and basically 60 grams of purged filament, and this is the same exact print with the filament tracker system turned off. 1 day, 1 hour and 14 minutes. So you're seeing about half an hour of savings in time. The filament waste here is not that drastic at all. In fact, oh, I see. You're saving less on the purge tower. The tower here is 22.8. Over here is 24.68 grams. So 2 grams off the purge tower, but the actual amount that's purged on this is 59.84, and down here is 59.69. So it's actually purging less with the filament tracker turned off, but you're saving filament waste on the purge tower. And I think because all these colors, like the beige and the white, are kind of similar colors, I want to test on a 4-color print where the colors are kind of drastic and different, maybe going from like a black to a red to a silver, something like that. I think a lot of these colors are pretty similar. But I'm gonna do more testing on this to see if it actually makes sense to buy this. And I think over time you will be saving plastic, but you're definitely going to be saving time on these prints. So if anybody has the filament tracker and has done extensive testing, please let me know.